upon which we sit. Prenons le temps de reconnaître que les terres sur lesquelles nous sommes situés sont le territoire traditionnel de nombreuses nations. Aujourd'hui, je suis ici. I'm calling from the traditional lands of the Mississaugas, the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Adirondack peoples. It's a territory where nations came together traditionally to collaborate, to trade tobacco. C'était une terre de paix où les gens se réunissent pour travailler et célébrer. So it's a particularly good spot for me to welcome you to today's event. NGen has recently launched our call for proposals for industry-led collaborative projects that address the strategic innovation challenges facing Canada's EV value chain. As one of three major streams of funding for technology leadership projects that NGen will support over the next 5 years, with financial assistance from the Government of Canada's Global Innovation Cluster Program. We've just closed our applications for leading-edge advanced manufacturing solutions. Later this year, we'll be opening a third call for project proposals aimed at industrial decarbonization and circular manufacturing. These initiatives build on a record of success that NGen has achieved over the past 5 years. To date, we've approved investments of more than $250 million in 174 projects involving close to 700 industry, academic, and research partners. Total innovation investments exceed $600 million. But even more important, for every dollar we've invested, we've generated close to 30 times that amount in new sales, supporting jobs, and creating benefits for Canadians across the country. Nous sommes fiers de la contribution stratégique de NGen à la création de nouvelles solutions de fabrication de pointe, de nouvelles industries, de nouvelles chaînes de valeur, et de nouveaux écosystèmes. We're also supporting the ecosystem through our skills development and transformation leadership programs. We call that initiative Future Ready, Pareil pour le futur. Il y a deux éléments clés du programme. There are two key elements of the program. Our Transformation Leadership Program, which helps companies and their suppliers align to strategic business objectives as they transform their business, and AMP Up, which offers employees financial support for customized training and reskilling. TLP aide les équipes de direction stratégique à s'aligner sur les objectifs commerciaux transformateurs. Et AMP Up offre des soutiens financiers pour la formation et la réalisation des employés. Our Future Ready team is with us today on the first floor. Notre équipe est au premier étage. So now let's get back to what we're really here to talk about. I'd like to introduce Arthur Kong and John Sagana from our project team to give you a bit of a background about our EV program. Maintenant, j'aimerais vous présenter Arthur Kong et John Sagana qui vous en diront plus sur notre programme de véhicules électriques. Merci.
Thank you, Jay, for that wonderful introduction to our collaboration day. Hi, everybody. My name is Arthur Kong. I'm one of the directors of project development at NGen. And John?
Bonjour, merci beaucoup, Jay, pour les présentations. Donc, mon nom est John Sigana. Je suis un des directeurs développement de projet chez NGen et serai co-animateur de cette journée de collaboration avec Arthur. Et il nous fait plaisir de vous souhaiter la bienvenue à cette rencontre.
Yeah, thanks, John. So John and I are going to present to you an overview of NGen's electric vehicle manufacturing value chain program. Before we start networking, this will give you an overview of what our program is about, and so you have an idea on what we require of our projects and the type of partners you may want to network and meet today.
D'accord. Donc, on va avoir une présentation un peu plus en détail sur les différents projets qu'on peut avoir. Il va y avoir une séance de réseautage un peu plus tard. On va pouvoir discuter avec les différents acteurs de la journée.
Perfect. Kim, if you can change the slide for us. Yes, thank you so much. So at NGen, we have invested over $140 million in the automotive manufacturing space over the past couple of years to build on that momentum and to also build on key investments that have already been made across Canada. As a great example, the recent Volkswagen battery plant announcement in St. Thomas, Ontario. To build on investments like that, NGen is looking to invest in an additional $35 million to support the scale up and commercialization of novel and transformative made in Canada manufacturing capabilities across the electric vehicle value chain, all the way from the processing of critical minerals to the manufacturing of battery cells and assembly of vehicles. So we work across the value chain, not just at the very end. Projects must target the scale up of road-based electric vehicles for zero-emission powertrains, so specifically for battery electric vehicles and fuel cell electric vehicles. And I have some dates listed here. John and I will go more into that in a later slide.
OK. Merci, Arthur. So, prochaine diapo. Donc oui, les objectifs du programme PFVE, donc le programme de la chaîne de valeur de la fabrication de véhicules électriques. Donc, tel que mentionné, NGen a investi plus de 140 millions de dollars au cours des dernières années pour supporter les investissements dans le domaine manufacturier. Dans le cadre de cet appel à proposition, en fait, NGen souhaite investir 35 millions de dollars supplémentaires pour soutenir la mise à l'échelle et la commercialisation des capacités de production ici au Canada. On va le voir un peu plus tard, la portée du programme est très large. On commence au traitement des minéraux critiques, donc plutôt en amont du processus, jusqu'à la fabrication des cellules, des batteries, l'assemblage des véhicules. Ce qui est important aussi à mentionner dans le cadre de l'appel à proposition, c'est qu'on vise la mise à l'échelle de la fabrication de véhicules électriques basés sur le domaine routier. Donc, on va l'expliquer un peu plus en détail, mais c'est vraiment des véhicules électriques à batterie. Merci. Et véhicules électriques à pile à combustible. Il y a des dates qui sont très importantes. On va y revenir un peu plus en détail tout à l'heure en regardant le déroulé de l'appel à proposition. Prochaine diapo.
Perfect. So all NGen projects, regardless of the funding program that we're launching, need to meet 5 key pillars and criteria in order to be in scope. So those of you who have been through NGen projects before will know this very well. First and foremost, here at NGen, we focus on process innovation. So all NGen projects must focus you're either developing an advanced manufacturing technology or a transformative or novel production process, so like a new formula to produce something. And I want to stress that we only allow a small percentage of project funding to go toward product development and product innovation. We want to make that distinction between process innovation and product innovation. All of our projects also need to be transformative in nature. So they need not only do they need to be transformative here in Canada and North America, they need to be transformative abroad. So we often ask projects, what's the current state-of-the-art technology, state-of-the-art in the field or in the sector or in the technology area that you're working in? And how does your project go beyond that to help put Canada on the map and help Canada leapfrog over other jurisdictions across the world? And we often ask for projects about the specific IP that they're developing and how that will push the boundaries for the project team and for Canada abroad. Oh, sorry. Also, all of our projects, sorry, I thought so next slide. Yeah. All of our projects need to be collaborative in nature. So we're looking for projects with a minimum of 2 Canadian industry partners, one of which needs to be a small medium enterprise with less than 500 employees globally. So we're going to talk about this at a later slide, and we're going to dive deeper into that. All of our projects also need to generate significant commercial and economic benefits. So we're looking for projects. We're not looking for kind of early stage experimental projects. We're looking for projects that have a small to medium path to commercialization. And last but not least, as with any government funding that you're applying to, all of our projects need to have a broader impact on the Canadian advanced manufacturing ecosystem, whether that be on workforce development or on environmental, social, and other economic development metrics as well.
Excellent. Merci, Arthur. Les piliers au cœur des projets de Engine. Donc, si vous avez déjà travaillé avec Engine par le passé, vous allez reconnaître ces critères-là. C'est les critères que tous les projets qui sont financés par Engine doivent rencontrer. On les décrit un peu plus en détail. Donc, innovation de processus. Il faut bien distinguer que dans le cadre de ces appels à propositions, on n'est pas intéressé par du développement de produits. On va être intéressé par du développement de processus, de projets. Donc, un faible pourcentage serait autorisé pour le développement, l'innovation de produits, mais on cherche vraiment quelque chose qui est plus fondamental, plus novateur pour le processus. Donc, ça peut être un développement de technologies de fabrication avancée ou des nouveaux processus qui sont transformateurs. Transformateurs, on l'a mentionné, donc on cherche à conférer des projets qui sont des premières industrielles au Canada et même de par le monde. Donc, il y a on va demander de faire une revue de la littérature, une revue des équivalences, voir si c'est vraiment quelque chose qui est innovant et nouveau. Puis juste une petite note en passant, donc tous les projets de Engine ont permis de créer plus de 860 éléments de propriété intellectuelle, donc pour montrer que c'est vraiment quelque chose qui est nouveau et innovant. Collaboratif, donc tous les projets doivent être collaboratifs, au moins 2 partenaires industriels canadiens, dont une PME qui fait partie de ça. Et donc, dans l'histoire de Engine, plus de 375 partenaires industriels, dont 88% étaient des PME, ont pris part au projet de Engine. On cherche des projets qui sont appliqués, donc on est sur des impacts immédiats, donc des bénéfices qui peuvent être assez rapides, donc avoir des plans commerciaux et des impacts économiques, donc sur le maintien et la création d'emplois. Donc, si on est dans des analyses plutôt laboratoires encore, où on n'est pas sur un produit qui est terminé, c'est probablement pas le bon appel à proposition pour vous. Mais si c'est des technologies qui sont avancées, donc c'est des choses qui peuvent être déployées. Et le dernier, c'est l'aspect durable. Donc, on cherche vraiment des projets qui vont offrir des avantages à l'écosystème entier de fabrication de pointe au Canada. Donc, la main-d'œuvre, le savoir-faire, les outils, etc., etc. Et un petit exemple, donc les projets de Engine ont stimulé pour plus de 370 millions de dollars de nouveaux investissements en R&D par l'industrie. Donc, c'est vraiment l'aspect durable de ces projets. Donc, à toi, Arthur.
Perfect. Thank you, Kim, and thank you, John. So now let's take a look at the eligible project types and eligible EV value chain areas. So we're looking at the projects that focus on the development of either an advanced manufacturing technology, or developing a novel manufacturing process, or circular economy processes and capabilities. And the projects need to be related to or targeted at the following areas across electric vehicle value chain. So we're looking at either the processing of critical minerals and materials, traction batteries and their related systems and components, fuel cells and their related systems and components, power electronics, electric machines, including the electric motor and the gearbox, as well as significant vehicle lightweighting that's directed at electric vehicle objectives. And I want to stress the word significant vehicle lightweighting. And I want to note that the manufacturing scale-up of hybrid powertrains are in scope, but only for the electric and zero emission aspects of the hybrid architecture.
Excellent. Merci Kim, merci Arthur. Donc, vous vous posez maintenant la question à savoir quels sont les projets qui sont éligibles et les différents domaines de la chaîne de valeur des véhicules électriques où cet appel à proposition se situe. Donc, les projets doivent se concentrer sur soit une technologie de fabrication avancée, ou des nouveaux procédés de fabrication, ou bien sûr, s'il y a un aspect de circularité, donc d'économie circulaire ou de capacité de processus d'économie circulaire, c'est tout à fait des choses qui sont acceptables dans le cadre de cet appel à proposition. Et la portée, comme on l'a mentionné tout à l'heure, la portée est quand même assez large sur la chaîne de valeur des véhicules routiers. On commence très en amont sur le traitement des minéraux critiques. Donc, ça, c'est tout à fait acceptable. Les batteries de traction et leurs composantes, piles à combustible et composantes, tout ce qui est électronique de puissance, ainsi que la machine électrique, donc le moteur lui-même. Et si on peut revenir, if we could come back just to the previous slide, thank you. Et l'allègement des véhicules, donc la diminution du poids. Et le mot-clé ici, c'est une diminution de poids qui est significative. Hein. Enlever quelques kilos, ce n'est pas significatif, donc sur le poids d'un véhicule. Donc, on cherche vraiment quelque chose qui est significatif en termes d'allègement de véhicules. Ça serait des choses qui seraient acceptables. Puis la petite note en bas, c'est pour dire que les véhicules hybrides sont tout à fait possible d'avoir des véhicules hybrides dans le cadre de cet appel à proposition, mais c'est uniquement la partie du moteur électrique ou zéro émission qui ferait partie de l'appel à proposition. La partie moteur à combustion, lui, serait exclu de cet appel à proposition. Prochaine, next slide. Oh, Arthur.
Yep. Thank you, John. So now that was projects in scope. Now let's talk about what's out of scope for Engine projects. So projects that are primarily focused on product development, as I'd mentioned before. So only a small percentage is allowed for product development. Projects related to off-road vehicles. So any projects related to recreational vehicles, agricultural vehicles, or mining vehicles are out of scope. Projects related to internal combustion engines, as I mentioned before, including the internal combustion engine aspects of hybrid powertrains. Projects related to electric vehicle charging infrastructure is also out of scope. Projects related to extraction of raw ore for critical minerals is also out of scope. So here at Engine, we consider everything manufacturing downstream of extraction, including the processing of critical minerals. Projects that subsidize full-scale production or any routine periodic changes to existing products. Projects that need to be collaborative, so benefits cannot accrue to just a single firm. Projects also need to be applied. So as I'd mentioned before, projects that are purely experimental is also considered out of scope. And projects need to, so I'll pass that off to John.
Merci, Arthur. Donc, on a décrit qu'est-ce qui serait inclus dans la portée du programme. Quelques rappels pour expliquer vraiment qu'est-ce qui serait exclu du programme et de la portée du programme. Donc, on l'a mentionné, tout ce qui est uniquement du développement de produits ou de la conception de produits eux-mêmes, c'est exclu. On cherche des choses qui sont beaucoup plus globales puis des projets beaucoup plus globaux. Il faut que les projets développent donc, ont de la valeur sur la chaîne de valeur des véhicules électriques. Hein. Si c'est un développement qui n'est pas en lien avec les véhicules électriques, ça serait hors programme. On est intéressé par uniquement les véhicules routiers. Donc, tout ce qui est véhicules hors route, que ce soit des véhicules de loisirs ou pour opérations minières, ça serait hors de la portée du programme. Tel que mentionné aussi, tout ce qui est moteur à combustion interne, évidemment, ça, c'est exclu du programme. Et pour les moteurs hybrides, c'est uniquement la partie électrique des moteurs hybrides qui serait incluse dans le cadre du programme. On exclut tout ce qui est véhicule de recharge, pas véhicule, mais plutôt infrastructure de recharge, borne de recharge, ça serait exclu du programme. En termes d'extraction, donc l'extraction elle-même du minerai serait exclue du programme. Par contre, dès qu'on parle de traitement puis de raffinage du minerai, donc ça serait inclus dans le cadre du programme. Évidemment, si c'est des travaux qui sont théoriques ou encore expérimentaux à faible TRL et donc pas d'application commerciale directe, ça serait exclu. On veut des collaborations. Donc, si c'est des projets qui profitent uniquement à une seule entreprise ou organisation, ça ne serait pas acceptable. Donc, on veut vraiment avoir une collaboration entre plusieurs entreprises. Et bien sûr, si c'est des choses qui étaient déjà prévues ou on ne subventionnerait pas de modifications régulières ou périodiques qui seraient apportées à des lignes de production, des produits, des processus. Il faut vraiment que ce soit quelque chose qui est transformateur. Voilà. Thank you. Back to you, Arthur.
Perfect. Thanks, John. So as we mentioned before, all projects need to be collaborative in nature. So there needs to be a project consortia that's made up of multiple companies. So what do those consortiums need to look like? First and foremost, as I'd mentioned before, there needs to be at least 2 unassociated industry partners that have value-added presence in Canada. So they need to have either the research R&D presence or a manufacturing presence, as an example, and not just a sales office. There needs to be at least 1 small medium enterprise with less than 500 employees globally. The third bullet is something unique for this program. So we're looking for projects that demonstrate a clear path to commercialization into Canada's electric vehicle value chains. So a project consortia must demonstrate the involvement and or support from either an industry-based market pull company, so that could be a potential customer for the technology being developed, or a vehicle manufacturer, or a tier 1 business. So what we mean by involvement or support, so that would ideally be in the form of a formal collaborative partner that would be contributing financially and also contributing IP and contributing effort to the project, or they could be providing in-kind support, but at a very minimum, if not involvement as a partner or if not in-kind support, at a very minimum, we're asking for a strong and credible letter of support demonstrating an agreement to commercialize project outcomes. So, John.
Yeah. Merci Arthur. Donc, quelles sont les exigences pour un consortium de projets? Donc, quelques éléments à retenir. Premier élément, c'est, quand on l'a mentionné, on cherche des collaborations. Donc, au moins 2 partenaires industriels canadiens qui ne sont pas associés, donc pas des filiales une de l'autre, donc vraiment indépendants. Donc, 2 partenaires de l'industrie canadienne qui ne sont pas associés l'un à l'autre. On est à la recherche d'au moins une PME, donc une petite et moyenne entreprise, moins que 500 employés globalement, donc en tant que partenaire. Puis évidemment, c'est 2 au minimum, et plus est bien sûr mieux. Puis le deuxième point, c'est sur la commercialisation. Donc ça, c'est un élément qui est vraiment important pour nous. On doit montrer que ces innovations-là peuvent être commercialisées. Et donc, pour le faire, on demande soit d'avoir une compagnie industrielle qui est axée sur la demande, donc un client potentiel qui serait idéalement même partenaire du projet et donc qui pourrait participer soit financièrement, soit en nature, ou avoir ou des constructeurs de véhicules, ou une entreprise de niveau 1, donc une entreprise qui fournit des composantes ou des services directement à une entreprise de construction de véhicules. Donc, idéalement, ces partenaires-là sont des partenaires officiels dans le cadre du projet et contribuent soit en argent, soit en nature, mais tout minimalement, il faut que ces partenaires-là fassent une lettre de support solide, crédible, qui montre que qu'il y a une relation et que si on arrive à développer quelque chose de nouveau, de novateur, bien que ces résultats-là peuvent être transformés et commercialisés dans la chaîne de valeur des véhicules électriques au Canada. Voilà. Back to you, Arthur.
Thank you, John. So now let's dive a little deeper into the terms and requirements for the program. So who's eligible to apply for funding? So as I mentioned before, for-profit industry-based organizations that are registered and have value-added presence in Canada. You could also be a not-for-profit organization, but not-for-profit entities need to be ones that facilitate R&D and receive the bulk of their funding, so majority of their funding or in revenue from the private sector and not from government. Non-federal Crown Corps, whose funding is derived from commercial activities, is also eligible, as well as Indigenous organizations. So at NGen, we work on a reimbursement model. So we're looking for projects that total between $1.5 million to $8 million. And we will reimburse 37% on eligible expenses. And eligible project costs and expenses include labor, subcontractor up to 30% of total project value, capital and equipment up to 25% of total project value, material supplies, travel, and other costs. And just to make sure that the projects remain collaborative in nature, as we talked about in a previous slide, we're saying all that's 37% that you receive from NGen, any one partner cannot receive more than 70% of that funding that you receive from us. And to also keep our lights on here at NGen, we also ask for a 3.5% admin fee of the total project value. And we're giving projects a fairly healthy timeline to fully complete their projects. So we're giving projects until the end of the 2027-2028 government fiscal year, so March 31st, 2028, to submit all eligible expenses. And also good news is our program is 100% stackable with other government funds.
Excellent, merci Arthur. Donc, quelles sont les modalités puis les exigences du programme? Donc, quelles sont les candidatures qui sont éligibles? Donc, on l'a mentionné, tous les organismes qui sont à but lucratif, donc qui sont constitués en société puis qui ont une présence à valeur ajoutée au Canada, c'est bien sûr éligible. Les organismes à but non lucratif qui facilitent la R&D puis qui ont un financement qui provient principalement du secteur privé sont éligibles. Les sociétés de la couronne non fédérale dont le financement provient d'activités commerciales sont éligibles et les organisations autochtones, bien sûr. En termes de taille, de valeur de projet, donc c'est quand même assez variable. Ça peut aller de 1,5 million jusqu'à 8 millions en termes de taille de valeur de projet. Dans le cadre de cet appel à proposition, NGen rembourse 37% des dépenses éligibles. Puis, un autre élément qui est important en termes de remboursement, parce qu'on veut avoir vraiment des collaborations, on ne veut pas avoir un partenaire qui recevrait 95% du financement et un autre 5%. On veut uniquement des partenaires qui, donc au maximum 70%, un partenaire ne peut pas recevoir plus que 70% de financement dans le cadre de cet appel à proposition. Les coûts qui sont éligibles, la main-d'œuvre, la sous-traitance, sous-traitance ne pouvant pas dépasser 30% de la valeur totale du projet. Capital et équipement, encore une fois, une limite maximum à 25% de la valeur totale du projet. Tous les matériaux et fournitures, et il y a aussi des frais qui peuvent être associés au déplacement et autres coûts. Par exemple, s'il y a des coûts liés à la propriété intellectuelle, ça peut faire partie de l'appel à proposition. Il y a des frais de gestion, donc de 3,5% de la valeur du projet, donc dans le cadre pour NGen, donc juste pour la gestion et s'occuper de faire avancer ces projets-là. La durée, donc au maximum 31 mars 2028, donc ça donne presque 5 ans de durée dans le cadre de ce projet-là, donc c'est quand même généreux en termes de durée. Et en termes de limite d'empilement, en fait, il n'y en a pas. Ça peut être tout à fait fait avec, dans le cadre, si vous avez d'autres financements que celui de NGen, donc il peut y avoir un empilement des financements dans le cadre de ce projet-là. À toi, Arthur.
Thank you so much, Sean. So now let's go into the key dates. Like these are the important dates you'll need to consider if you're thinking of submitting a project. So the first major deadline is our screening / expression of interest deadline. That's in mid-October. So October 11th, 2023, where you'll need to submit a high-level project description along with a high-level financial proposal, the contact information of you and your partners, partner organizations, as well as what we call our application agreement or NDA that needs to be signed by all of our partners. So we would recommend that you not wait until October 11th to submit the screening, because the actual application portal will open on June 30th, 2023. So in a couple of weeks. So that should give you, don't wait all the way to October. You have the whole summer to do so early. And why do we say that is because once you submit a project for screening, and NGen, so basically John Sagana, myself, and the project development team will assess and make sure that your project's in scope. Once we deem that your project's in scope, we'll pass you through the next stage to the full application. That's the important part. So the full application is where you will prepare 10 questions along with supporting documents such as a project plan, a risk register, an IP plan, as well as financial workbooks. That's the tough part. That's where the bulk of the work is. So you wouldn't want to just give yourself 4 weeks between October and November to complete that full application. So we encourage projects to submit their their projects for screening and expression of interest as soon as possible after the portal opens and not wait until October. Once you submit your full application by mid-November, that's when it goes into an assessment by an independent panel of experts. And if your project is so lucky to be approved for funding, that's when it moves into the contracting phase to make sure that a lot of the legally binding documents and a lot of the details of the collaboration are sorted out. That once the contracting period is complete, that's when projects are permitted to start start executing the project and start incurring expenses.
Excellent. Merci Arthur. Donc, les dates clés pour cet appel à proposition. Donc, l'appel à proposition lui-même a été lancé il y a seulement quelques semaines. Donc, on est encore dans la période de développement de projet. Donc, on est à la journée de collaboration. Il y aura une journée de collaboration aussi à l'automne, donc autour du 13 septembre, date à confirmer. La date limite pour soumettre une demande, une expression d'intérêt, c'est le 11 octobre 2023. Ça semble loin, mais avec l'été qui arrive, bon, ça donne quand même 5 mois, mais il y a beaucoup de choses. Il faut rencontrer les partenaires, commencer à construire le projet, les objectifs, les livrables. Donc, le message de Arthur, de moi, puis de tout le monde ici, c'est de dire n'attendez pas à la dernière minute pour soumettre ces documents, soumettre vos idées. Le portail lui-même va ouvrir le 30 juin, donc dans 10 jours, 30 juin 2023. Vous pouvez déjà commencer à aller vous y inscrire et aller soumettre des idées, des documents, des informations, et ça va nous faire plaisir de donner du feedback et des commentaires par rapport à ça. Donc, la date limite, vraiment, mais par contre, date limite pour remettre tous les expressions d'intérêt le 11 octobre. On vous donnera à ce moment-là encore des commentaires, des suggestions pour améliorer votre proposition. La date limite pour les demandes finales sera un mois plus tard, donc le 15 novembre 2023. Il n'y a pas assez de temps entre le 11 octobre et le 15 novembre pour tout faire. Donc, comme on mentionnait, commencer le plus tôt possible pour ne pas être coincé avec la date limite aussi du 15 novembre. Une fois les demandes reçues, l'évaluation sera faite par des tierces parties indépendantes, donc des évaluateurs qui ne sont pas des employés de Engen, mais qui sont des spécialistes dans leur domaine. Et donc, eux vont avoir un œil critique, vont nous donner des commentaires, vont nous donner l'évaluation dans le cadre des propositions qui vont être retenues. Et celles qui seront retenues, donc d'ici entre le 15 novembre et le 5 décembre, on devrait avoir ces résultats d'évaluation. Et on commence ensuite la phase de contractuel, donc passer vraiment un contrat en bonne et due forme entre le consortium qui sera créé et Engen pour lancer officiellement les projets et donc commencer à accepter les dépenses, si on veut, dans le cadre de ces projets-là. Et donc, on s'attend entre le mois de décembre et le premier trimestre de 2024. Donc, la phase vraiment de passation des marchés et lancement officiel des projets. Voilà. Prochaine diapo.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sean. So so that's the overview of the program. So what next? So do you have a project idea in mind, and do you need collaborative project partners? Are you unsure if your project idea is in scope or not? Do you have other questions? Feel free to reach out to us at the project development team at ev-challenge@engen.ca. Also, we have a very, our CTO calls us a world-class project development team, but feel free to reach out to us, myself and John Sagana here. We also have my colleagues, Roshan Mohan, Stephanie Holko, Blake Helka, and Akash Rao, who are excited here to speak with you. We will all be on the first floor of this Remo platform when networking starts. You can come join us at a table, ask us any questions as you like, and we're happy to help you sort everything out. So feel free to come reach out to us. Come speak with us in a bit. So.
OK, merci beaucoup, Arthur. Donc, merci beaucoup. Donc, quelles sont les prochaines étapes? Est-ce que vous avez déjà des idées qui sont acceptable dans le cadre de la portée. Est-ce que vous allez chercher des partenaires? C'est peut-être ça qui vous amène ici aujourd'hui. Est-ce que vous avez d'autres questions? Donc, n'hésitez pas. Soit Arthur, soit moi. Donc, il y a Stéphanie, Blake, Akash et who else am I forgetting? Mohan, sorry.
Roshan.
Roshan, sorry. Mes excuses. Ils sont tous sur la... donc, vous allez voir plusieurs étages. Donc, à l'étage 1, donc il va y avoir plusieurs tables avec certains d'entre nous pour répondre à vos questions. N'hésitez pas. Si on n'arrive pas à répondre à vos questions, n'hésitez pas à écrire à ev-challenge@engen.ca. Il va nous faire plaisir de répondre à vos questions.
Perfect. Yes. So after Collaboration Day, our efforts to create collaboration isn't over. Oh, Kim, can you go to one previous slide that's in English? Thank you. So if you need to find a partner, it's not just here that ends. As I mentioned before, you can reach out to us at ev-challenge@engen.ca, and we can try our best to help you find a partner. Or you can, what we call our EVMP virtual matchmaking platform, where you can essentially post a project idea. You can match with potential project partners and connect also with potential project partners as well. So just go sign up for a company profile and post your project idea at b2bmatch.com/engen. So we can certainly send everybody this website at a later date, and we can also post it in the chat for everybody to access as well. So please go ahead and set up a profile there. There's no commitment to apply for a project if you post on this profile. So there's no cost to you. So.
D'accord. Merci Arthur. Donc, comment trouver un partenaire? Donc, évidemment, l'exercice commence aujourd'hui avec l'exercice de réseautage. Par contre, tout au long du projet, il va y avoir une plateforme de jumelage qui va être virtuelle, qui va vous permettre de rencontrer et d'échanger avec des potentiels partenaires. Donc, le lien est indiqué sur la diapositive. Il sera communiqué aussi en cours de rencontre, puis après la rencontre. Donc, ça va être ouvert pendant l'ensemble, donc tout l'été jusqu'au mois d'octobre. N'hésitez pas à aller dessus. Il y a aucun frais. Ça vous engage à rien, dans le sens où c'est pas parce que vous êtes inscrit sur la plateforme que vous devez soumettre un projet. Donc, l'objectif, c'est vraiment de créer des connexions, créer des liens et avoir les meilleurs projets possibles qui vont sortir de l'appel à proposition à la fin au 11 octobre 2023. Donc, profitez de cette plateforme de jumelage virtuel autant que possible.
So as we carry on in the summer, you may have more questions about the application process. You might be in the middle of preparing the different requirements of the application. You may still have questions. So we have other opportunities, what we call our project development workshops, that we have several coming up. Several of them are in person across different, that we are putting on together with other kind of partners across the ecosystem, as well as a virtual workshops as well, so that everybody can take part as well. So.
Excellent. Merci beaucoup, Arthur. Donc, en termes d'événements à venir, donc on a d'autres séminaires de développement de projets qui vont avoir lieu au cours de l'été et début de l'automne. L'objectif étant de faire connaître cet appel à proposition, fournir des instructions supplémentaires et, encore une fois, avoir les meilleurs projets possibles qui vont nous arriver le 11 octobre. Donc, avec Propulsion Québec, un séminaire virtuel qui va avoir lieu le 9 août. On a quelques rencontres avec Invest Durham et Invest Windsor Essex. Ça aussi en personne et en virtuel, certainement au mois d'août. Et encore une fois, un autre séminaire Engen semblable à celui-ci à la rentrée, autour du 13 septembre, date à confirmer par rapport pour la prochaine journée de collaboration.
Perfect. Just to close off our kind of introductory presentation of the program, again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at ev-challenge@engen.ca. Also, please go to our main page of our website where all of our official guides, resources, and templates are located. So it's engen.ca/funding/challenge/EV-manufacturing. So feel free to go in and please, everything that we presented today is there, but even in greater detail. So please go and read up on it. So.
Oui, merci Arthur. Donc, s'il reste des questions suite à la présentation d'aujourd'hui, n'hésitez pas. Donc, vous avez le site web, vous avez à la fois le courriel pour les renseignements généraux, donc ev-challenge@engen.ca, et tous les documents officiels, les guides, les ressources, des modèles sont sur le lien que je ne répéterai pas, mais qui sont sur le site web de Engen. Donc, tout est disponible pour votre pour le téléchargement puis pour les utiliser pour les prochaines étapes, mais n'hésitez pas à nous contacter s'il y a des questions.
Perfect. And with that, let's go into the next item on our agenda for today's collaboration day, which is pretty exciting. So let's kick off our pitch presentations from various companies who will be presenting their different ideas on potential EVMP projects. So thank you to the different companies who have submitted project pitches. The companies will be available to chat on the second floor. So once we finish this presentation mode and the companies finish pitching, that's when we're going to go into a break. And then afterward, my colleague will provide you with an overview of the Remo platform. And after that, that's when we're going to start the networking. And at the very top, Jillian will show you on how to travel between different floors of this platform. And on the second floor is where all the pitch companies will have their own table, and you can join them if you have any questions and want to be potentially join their consortia. Feel free to go chat with them. So, yeah.
Excellent. Merci Arthur. Donc, on est à la partie de la journée où on va avoir des courtes présentations qui sont déjà préenregistrées de 3 minutes de chacun, donc de différentes entreprises qui vont présenter. L'ensemble des présentations sera disponible, bien sûr. Et si vous voulez rencontrer les entreprises qui font ces présentations-là, elles seront toutes au deuxième étage. Donc, quand on sera après la pause, quand on fera le réseautage en bonne et due forme, c'est au deuxième étage. Donc, l'ensemble des entreprises qui font des présentations seront présentes au deuxième étage. Si vous voulez les rencontrer, leur parler, discuter de projets, ça sera le moment de pouvoir le faire.
Perfect. So let's kick off with the first pitch. We have Casper Van Veen from Big Nano Corporation.
Donc, Casper Van Veen de Big Nano Corp, première présentation pour les pitchs.
Hello and welcome to Big Nano, a nanofiber nonwoven manufacturer founded and based on technological innovation. When Canadians needed masks and face coverings, Big Nano provided solutions. From the industry's most breathable filtration media to a Health Canada certified reusable mask to a bio-based compostable product. All innovations that serve the environmental and social needs of society. How did we do that? Through our technologically exclusive cutting-edge manufacturing capabilities, which allow us to create high-performance nanofiber-based nonwoven materials in an economically responsible manner. But more importantly, it is through the intellect, experience, and tenacity of our team members that we can experience success. From the intellect of academia to the experience of industrial manufacturing, the Big Nano team is well suited to capitalize on our technology. So what's our plan? We plan to continue to sustain revenue expectations from filtration media markets while at the same time collaboratively developing innovative EV battery separators in preparation for commercialization in the 2026 plus timeframe. What's the motivation? Right now, the dilemma in the EV market is summed up with 2 words: range anxiety. But coupled with that is a perception of safety and predictability. With the distances we travel in North America, at this point, our EV range limits us to essentially an urban vehicle market. In order for us to extend that range, we require increased energy density. Increased energy density without an advancement in technology can lead us to increased explosive potential. So what are we proposing? We're proposing a collaborative project with Canadian manufacturers to develop and manufacture nanofiber-enabled electric batteries for improved range and safety in the next generation of EV vehicles. What are the objectives? Number one, to adapt. Adapt Big Nano's unique manufacturing process for nonwovens towards the production of advanced, stronger nanofiber battery separators. Number two, to develop. Develop a manufacturing process to assemble these nanofiber separators into high energy density electric battery packs. And three, to integrate. To integrate that manufacturing process into the electric battery packs into electric vehicles. What does Big Nano bring to the picture? Our unique processes and technologies allow us to manufacture melt-blown nonwovens from polymers that are traditionally too viscous or have too high of a melting point to be processable. The ability then to utilize these exotic polymers into nanofiber materials provides the basis to customize porosity for an appropriate battery separator material. All the while, we're able to do this at traditional melt-blown cost structures. What are we seeking? Electric battery assembly, testing, and technology commercialization partners to collaborate and cooperate for mutual success. So, will you join us on a journey of innovation and new technology? Can we count on you to partner with us as we seek to advance the EV market for increased environmental impact, greater social benefit, and an economic model that will prove to be successful? On behalf of John Rollins and our Big Nano team, I thank you for your attention, and I look forward to speaking with you.
Perfect. Thank you to Casper and John from Big Nanos. Next, we're going to go on to Bralco Advanced Materials. I want to flag that Bralco, they're headquartered in Singapore, but they are looking to set a presence and invest in Canada. So they're looking for potential partners to join them and develop their technologies here in Canada.
Excellent.
And sorry, speaking is Dr. Hardik Naik, who will be speaking on behalf of Bralco. Yeah.
Okay. Merci Arthur. Donc, prochaine présentation, Bralco Advanced Materials, c'est M. Hardik Naik qui va présenter. Puis un point important à mentionner, c'est qu'en fait, Bralco, son siège social est à Singapour. Ils sont intéressés à avoir une présence au Canada et sont à la recherche de partenaires. Donc ça, c'est peut-être aussi quelque chose à discuter sur la table, lors de la table au deuxième étage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video presentation showcasing our capabilities in EV battery casing solutions. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce our company and share with you our expertise in advanced multifunctional materials and innovative 3D printing as well as conventional techniques. Bralco Advanced Materials Singapore and its manufacturing arm, Bralco Additive, our unique materials technology company, combining world-class cutting-edge materials and Industry 4.0 manufacturing platform, design, develop, and manufacture materials for vehicles. Now, if you can imagine a material that not only protects the battery from external environmental conditions, but also shields it from electromagnetic interference. Yes, that is EMI. That's exactly what our materials can offer and widen the design scope for EV manufacturers. With our EMI shielding properties, we ensure the safety and optimal performance of EV batteries. It doesn't stop here. Electrostatic discharge, which is called as ESD, can pose a significant threat to lifespan and reliability of the EV batteries. That's why our materials provide effective ESD protection, preventing damage from static electricity and ensuring the enhanced life of the batteries. Furthermore, we understand the critical importance of thermal management in EV battery casing. Amidst, we have heard a lot of few unfortunate events of fire in the EV. Heat dissipation is the key, where we need to maintain the optimal temperature levels of the battery, and hence it will enhance the efficiency. Now, this was the talk of materials. Now we need to convert this material into the product. So how we will convert these materials into product and extract exact properties in the product, Dr. Ashish, who is my colleague from India, would be speaking about the product and parts made out of these excellent advanced and sustainable materials further.
At Bralco Additive, we embrace innovation, and one of the most revolutionary manufacturing techniques utilized is 3D printing. The technology allows us to transform our advanced multifunctional materials into highly customized and complex casing. While 3D printing, we can incorporate intricate designs and functional features directly into the casing structure. The level of customization and complexity we can achieve is unparalleled, giving our clients the flexibility to design casing that perfectly fit their specific requirements. We offer a unique value proposition in the EV battery casing segment. We combine our expertise in advanced multifunctional materials with cutting-edge 3D printing techniques to provide solutions that meet the evolving demand of the electric vehicle market. Together, let's shape the future of EV battery casing solution and contribute to a greener as well as more efficient world of transportation.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And up next, Dr. Mahmoud Shirazi from Calogy Solutions.
Merci, merci Arthur. Donc, prochaine présentation, nous avons Calogy Solutions. Dr. Mahmoud Shirazi va présenter.
Hello everyone, this is Mahmoud Shirazi. I'm co-founder and CEO of Calogy Solutions, a company with a novel technology for thermal management and energy storage for electric and hydrogen transport. And I have the pleasure to present to you our project today called Cube. We have developed a new lithium-ion battery platform based on our innovative thermal management solution called Unity. In the Cube project, our objective is first, to develop a modular and fully automated battery module production line, and second, using advanced AI-based traceability and quality control systems in these lines. Our project objectives are design a modular, scalable, and flexible manufacturing line to assemble different module sizes, design a flexible and smart quality control system allowing to comply with various certification requirements in land and aerospace applications, and finally, develop an advanced AI-based traceability and quality control system allowing for future retraceability. The duration of project is 24 months. Our expertise and role in the project will include deep expertise in battery module and thermal management design and fabrication, general knowledge of the manufacturing steps, and general knowledge of the quality requirements in different applications. The expertise we are seeking will include industrial engineering for the design of manufacturing production lines, automation and robotics, especially for electromobility, and finally, analytics and AI for process monitoring and product quality assurance. Thank you very much, and looking forward to working with you.
Now we're going to take a little bit of a turn. This is not a company that's presenting, but a resource that would be really helpful for companies who are thinking of participating with NGENs. Next, we have the National Research Council of Canada, and from the Automotive and Surface Transportation team is Eddie Zuppel.
Merci Arthur. Donc, une présentation qui n'est pas en fait une entreprise, mais bien le Conseil national de la recherche du Canada. Et donc, on a Eddie Zuppel de l'équipe ATS à Boucherville pour nous parler plutôt de l'aspect ressources. Et donc, c'est une ressource qui serait disponible puis, dans le cadre de cet appel à proposition.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eddie Zuppel from the National Research Council of Canada, responsible for the Clean and Energy Efficient Transportation Program. For those who do not know the National Research Council, it is Canada's largest federal research institution, composed of over 2,000 scientists, engineers, and technicians that are located throughout the country in over 170 facilities. The Council has an annual operating budget of over $1 billion and provides close to $400 million in funding to small and medium enterprises through its Industrial Research Assistance Program. We have three major objectives. They include to advance scientific and technical knowledge, support government policy objectives, and to support business innovation. The Council includes 14 research centers, including the Automotive and Surface Transportation Research Center, which focuses, among other things, on the decarbonization of industry, and Canada through the development of clean technologies. The research center functions in 6 major technological areas, including aerodynamics, hydrogen applications, fleet energy efficiency, electrical machines, batteries, and lightweighting, and also studies more general areas such as technology watch, life cycle analysis, EMI, EMC, while leveraging new technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, and data analytics as well. The various technological areas span the value chain by considering activities related to advanced material processing, component manufacturing, system assembly, modeling and simulation, material to system characterization, the integration of systems at the vehicle level, and also the instrumentation of vehicles and testing within facilities and also for on-road conditions as well. And all of these activities are supported by major national facilities, including a battery testing laboratory in Ottawa, a 30 by 30 foot subsonic wind tunnel that can help support the aerodynamic optimization of full-scale vehicles, transportation engineering center that integrates systems at the vehicle level, and also prototypes battery modules, an aluminum technology center that develops lightweighting technologies, a battery prototyping line in Boucherville that helps companies examine new battery chemistries for performance and degradation and other aspects as well. And lastly, a hydrogen technology center that is based in Vancouver that has been developing fuel cell and hydrogen technologies for over 20 years. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have during the NRC breakout session following the presentations. Thank you.
Yeah, so just saying, Eddie and the NRC will be on floor 3, not with the pitch companies. They will be on floor 3 with the ecosystem funding partners as well. Next, we have our friends at Li-Metal. So, and the gentleman presenting from them is Dean Frankel.
OK, merci Arthur. Donc, une petite précision, Eddie et les équipes du CNRC seront sur le 3e étage avec les partenaires de l'écosystème financier, plutôt que sur l'étage 2 avec les entreprises. Prochaine présentation, Dean Frankel de LI Metal.
Hello, this is Dean Frankel. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at Li-Metal. Li-Metal is an Ontario-headquartered, vertically integrated battery materials company. We develop 2 primary materials and products. One is the production of lithium metal, and then the other is the ultra-thin lithium metal anodes. We've identified a new and 3rd business that we're super excited about and ready to talk about today, which is reprocessing anode scrap and metal scrap. We've already developed and scaled proprietary processes, for example, taking lithium carbonate and producing lithium metal in a novel way that is cheaper and cleaner than the incumbent process. Similarly, on the anode side of things, we take that lithium metal and we have developed a whole suite of know-how and IP around taking that lithium metal and ultimately vapor depositing it in the same way that you would do, let's say, food processing to protect, the inside of potato chip bag from moisture. We're taking that same concept in a roll manner and already supplying the next generation battery industry in the Western world. Combined, we do this better, faster, cheaper than the incumbent solutions. And we think we can do the same with reprocessing lithium metal scrap. This is really driven by customer demand. So we're directly engaged with the market. We're working with OEMs. We're working with battery producers that are doing primary batteries as well as secondary batteries. And from our engagement in the market, see that there's already a bottom-up opportunity of roughly 60 metric tons of lithium scrap generated annually between the US and Canada. And we think that this is an enormous opportunity for Li-Metal to build a first-of-its-kind plant, roughly about 40 metric tons, which would equate to something like 750 megawatt hours of anode capacity if we were to take that metal and bring it all the way through our PVD process to anode. That's 75,000, 100,000 cars. It would create 10 direct new jobs in Canada and cost roughly 6 million Canadian. The objectives for the project are to demonstrate scrap, to show that we can do it in an environmentally friendly and sustainable manner, and then also build and commission that 40 metric ton plant. We're building on capabilities that already exist in lithium ion. We have significant HS&E handling experience with lithium metal. We are going to have to step that up as we go. With higher volumes comes increased safety and scrutiny. We're excited to bring a first of its kind plant to Canada. We will seek partnerships to do so, and we hope that we can pursue this opportunity with ENGEN.
Perfect. Up next, we have Chenille Park from Make Sense.
Hello everyone, my name is Chenille Park. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Make Sense, and it is a great pleasure to have this opportunity to introduce who we are, what we are doing, and what we want to do as part of the ENGEN community. The demand for batteries with high energy density has increased drastically. The biggest driver in this trend is demand for electric vehicles. However, more than 60% of Canadians are hesitant to purchase EV due to the driving range anxiety. Silicon has more than 10 times greater capacity than conventionally used graphite materials and has quickly become a prominent material to advanced battery materials. However, it has some inherent problems leading to the fast degradation of the battery, limiting its commercial application. Make Sense provides a novel multi-layer silicon anode materials as a solution, providing highly stable silicon-based lithium-ion battery utilizing a fast, energy-efficient manufacturing process. Make Sense utilized its highly qualified experts and their knowledge to develop high-performance silicon anode materials. As a part of the connecting link from the raw material supplier to the large-scale battery manufacturer, Make Sense needs to understand what battery manufacturers and EV manufacturers desire, while also understanding what is available from raw material suppliers. However, to make sure that Make Sense technology and materials are applicable in commercial EV batteries, they must be verified in commercially viable manufacturing line. In this project, Make Sense wants to establish a small pilot-scale production facility so it could provide enough samples for commercially viable manufacturing process. In collaboration with a partner, Make Sense plans to make sample cells in commercially viable form, evaluate them, and iteratively improve based on the evaluations until it is commercially ready. For this, Make Sense is looking for an industrial partner capable of manufacturing cylindrical or pouch cells for commercial applications, and provide feedbacks on their performance, long-term cycling stability, and compatibility with existing manufacturing process. We desire for a partner who is open for collaboration and discussion to improve the existing technology, with extensive understanding in battery applications and their markets. Thank you very much for listening, and please don't hesitate to ask me questions or contact us for discussion in potential collaboration.
Perfect. Up next, we have David Nowitzki from Mangrove Lithium.
OK, merci Arthur. Merci à tous. Donc, Mangrove Technologies, et c'est David Nowitzki qui va présenter.
Hi, I'm David Nowitzki from Mangrove Lithium. Mangrove is a Vancouver-based startup in the lithium refining business with a breakthrough modular processing technology that, when you compare to incumbent methods of refining, our technology requires less energy and no chemical inputs, while reducing GHG emissions and eliminating unwanted chemical inputs. The project proposal is to develop a consortium of Canadian experts within the lithium supply chain to develop novel process innovations and IP from extraction all the way to advanced manufacturing. We will learn from one another using a pilot production facility and improve our technologies using real-world materials. The objectives of this project, planning to span around 2 to 3 years, are to foster upstream and downstream collaboration, develop a demonstration supply chain to spur innovation using real-world Canadian materials, and to de-risk the technologies along the entire supply chain. At the end, we plan for the consortium to assess the potential to scale and commercialize using the learnings obtained in this project. We plan to bring our expertise as electrochemical refiners of lithium feedstocks to the project. However, this project needs upstream feedstock suppliers that can provide between hundreds to tons of kilograms of lithium feedstock per year, meaning lithium chloride and or lithium sulfate for processing. We think this gives an opportunity for extractors in the SME space to scale and improve their processes. We also encourage feedstock supply from any source, such as battery recycling, mining, or brines, such as direct lithium extraction. Additionally, we need downstream manufacturers to evaluate the quality of lithium hydroxide produced by mangrove and to generate cathode active materials for battery manufacturing. The quantities of lithium hydroxide that we plan to produce will allow advanced manufacturers in the SME space to also scale their manufacturing capabilities and improve their processes. After the CAMs are manufactured, we need producers of cells and end user integrators of batteries to evaluate the produced materials and provide feedback for further process improvements and optimizations along the chain. Again, I'm David Nowitzki from Mangrove Lithium, and I'm hoping to bring together a consortium of partners to improve and develop the lithium processing technologies within the Canadian ecosystem. Thanks very much.
Perfect. Last but not least, we have Bing Cao from Nanode Battery Technologies.
Parfait. Et donc, pour la dernière présentation, pardon, Bing Cao de Nanode Battery Technologies.
Hi everyone, my name is Bing Cao. I'm CEO of Nanode Battery Technologies. Nanode is a startup company based in Edmonton. We are focused on developing the next generation anodes for sodium and lithium-ion batteries. So far, we have developed a streamlined process to produce the best anodes for sodium-ion batteries and complementary anodes for lithium-ion batteries. Our product can increase the capacity of the battery anode by 2.5 times and also with faster charging properties. So we are propose a project that can demonstrate our anode in a full battery cells for EV applications, and also we are looking to increase our current production capability. So the goal of this project would be set up a commercial scale production to improve our weekly production up to 1 kilogram, and we also want to test this material in a EV battery. We have deep expertise in battery anode process development, and we also have great capacity in testing the battery cells and studies the mechanism. We are looking for partners who can help us with validate this material in a EV battery application. We also look for partners that can work us with the scale-up production who has strong experience in metal processing, powder making, metal atomization, and the related area. Thank you. Hope to work with you.
Thank you. So those are our 8 pitches. So as a reminder, you can find those 7 companies on floor 2 to chat with if you have questions for them or potentially want to become a partner on their project. You can speak with those individuals and other representatives from the company on floor 2, and the National Research Council of Canada, amongst all of our other kind of funding partner organizations, are on floor 3. So, yeah.
Excellent. Merci, Arthur. Donc, un petit rappel, les 7 entreprises qui ont fait une présentation seront présentes sur le 2e étage, donc on sera en réseautage. Donc, au 2e étage, vous allez trouver les représentants de ces entreprises-là. Et le CNRC, donc, sera plutôt au 3e étage, donc avec les partenaires plutôt financiers.